West Virginia basketball is on the verge of landing one of its biggest transfers I can remember in quite a while.
You are Locked On West Virginia, your daily podcast on the West Virginia Mountaineers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What's up, guys? Welcome back in. My name is Mountaineer Paul. I am your host, and this is Locked On West Virginia, baby. Well, we're talking about the Mountaineers again on the basketball side of things. I'm excited, man. Can't tell you how much I am excited as we dive into another episode. Thank you guys for joining in. I appreciate it very much on this football Saturday where it's just a couple hours away, guys. We got a game we got to sit through a game. I hate it when we have to sit through a game, but I also hate the noon kickoffs. So it's like, what can you do? But this episode of Locked On West Virginia going to be brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, guys, football season is around the corner. Visit the FanDuel app today and start planning your future bets and do it now. I appreciate you guys so much, as I said earlier, for tuning in on a Saturday when college football is hanging or on your TV screen. And I'm not going to take up too much of your time today. I just want to do this update, and we'll go ahead and jump out of here quick today. So it's not going to be a big long show or anything like that. We're just going to give an update. But Aliou Dioum is a guy that is truly one of the best bigs in America, in my opinion. I've watched a lot of his stuff over the course of the last, I want to say, few months anyway, since the Mountaineers have been involved. And I'm sorry, guys, I'm having trouble here. So he's a guy that I've been keeping close eye on because the Mountaineers are pretty high up on his list. And last night I was watching the Chiefs game, I believe it was, and got a message from him. He wanted me to share with everybody. So I'm going to go over to X and kind of show you that really quick, just to kind of give some context for what I'm talking about. Let me pull that up. All right. So, all right, boom. All right. Now we're over on X here really quick, just for a second. So he wanted me to share this photo. This is him with, obviously, Coach. What is his name again? Sorry, he's one of the new coaches. Oh, wrong people. Let's see. If I can get it there. There it is. Coach Estelle. That's right. My apologies, guys. From him and Coach Estelle, and also his uncle was there somewhere. Not exactly sure where. But he really enjoyed the visit yesterday. And I don't want to show any of the messages, but he really enjoyed his time at West Virginia yesterday. He went out of his way to ask me to share these messages. And like I said, I asked him how close, are you close to signing with West Virginia? Where are you at with that? And he just put a couple fire emojis and said it's in the process, right? It's really close. So I feel like West Virginia is in the lead here, just my gut feeling. So what I thought I would do here is, because we haven't talked about him in so long and it's been so football centric for months and months and months now, why not go ahead and do a breakdown like we used to do on him and kind of talk about what it is he does on the court, because he is one of those players that is a game changer for West Virginia. He may just be another guy for Kentucky, but for West Virginia, it's a big deal. Sorry for being late, by the way, guys. I was having some difficulties, just drama, It's just, no matter how many times you prove yourself to people, some people just never, ever will believe. Never. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. I've given up on caring about certain people's friendship. You know what I mean? I know that's not part of the show or anything like that, but you put so much time and effort into people in this space, that are in the same space as you try to pour into their cup, so they pour into yours. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But this specific person, I feel like we've had good relations. for the most part. There have been some odd times where, you know, he's kind of gone off on these tangents and different things, and I understand why people slighted, but you know, I'm one of those people like, even if everybody's against you, I'm going to give you a chance. I just am. That's just who I am. And unfortunately, sometimes you just have to say enough is enough with things, you know, like you can even sometimes you can even make an innocent mistake and it's like you're indicted. So I just don't even want to consider, it's just too much drama. Right. So anyways, moving on. That's why I was late. Trying to figure that situation out a little bit. But you know, it's okay. I just, you have to be okay with them moving on sometimes. But as far as Dioum goes, and I could be saying that last name completely wrong. I totally forgot how he says it, and I've asked him before. He's a 4-star, number 145 overall, number 20 center in the 247 Sports Composite. The number 11 center in the country, ESPN grade of 82. And really, he's narrowed his 6 finalists down to Illinois, Mississippi State, Syracuse, UNLV, Wake Forest, and West Virginia. And he's also received some additional offers from schools like Arizona State, Georgia, Missouri, Loyola, Chicago. He's already completed a visit to Wake Forest. He's already been to UNLV. He's already been to Mississippi State. No, he's got that scheduled for September 14th, and he's at West Virginia now. So, you know, I think here's my viewpoint of him. He's a modern big, right? He's got huge upside. He plays both sides of the floor. Offensively, he has a really smooth jump shot. He's reliable in the mid-range. He has the ability to face up and attack guys from the left or the right side. He's got some guard skill for a big guy, and his handle is adequate for his size, which allows him to put the ball on the deck and create. And if you look at him on film, he runs the floor extremely well. He finishes with athleticism. He's got playmaking flashes that you see. You're like, oh, man, this is a guy that can distribute out of the post. Defensively, he's a really standout guy with strong instincts, rim protection because of the shot blocking, and also really solid rebounding. He's got a really high motor that helps him stay active. But, man, does he need to add bulk. I mean, he's right around 200 pounds. You know, I think he needs to add some, and he will if he gets to the Big 12 for sure. He's lean for now, but that's always going to be coming out of high school. So to get up against those college-ready bigs, he's going to have to put on some muscle. Obviously, his outside shot needs to get a little more consistent and all that, and his overall strength to handle in the post. But other than that, he's a high major contributor with NBA potential. I believe that with all my heart. If you look at his stats, they do vary by the circuit and event that he's playing in. His high school ball is played at Bella Vista Prep, and he's an AAU/IBL kind of guy where he does a little bit of both. Which he's at Bella Vista Prep there in Arizona. He's also played in the Nike IBL. So different points, different regions, but he averaged right around 14 and 12 in his high school career, and 1.3 assists, a couple blocks. If you look at the IBL, his stuff fell off just a little bit, but it wasn't like he was totally featured there from what I understand. He had a ton of rebounds in the IBL. You know, he really good offensive rebounder, really good defensive rebounder in those for sure. You know, he in the IBL event where he did the Peach Jam, he averaged 13.6 points per game, 6.2 rebounds per game, and 1.4 blocks per game. And so if you look at Utah Prep, he had 6 points on 2 or 3 field goals, 3 rebounds, a couple blocks in only 14 minutes of play. So, you know, that's one of those games where they get a lot of guys in and different things. So, you know, he's not been able to do different things in different circuits. But I mean, when you turn on the film, you realize this is a high upside guy, right? So I've rated him across 5 key categories. We're going to do a hard edge meter for him to got to get a final score, in my opinion, on where he stands as a possible potential prospect for the Mountaineers. So as a shooter, I give him an 8 out of 10 right now. He's got a smooth mid-range jumper. He's developing a 3-point range shot. that he does make a lot, but he definitely is going to need to get better at that if he's going to be a pick and pop guy at the 5 spot. Rebounding is a 9 out of 10. He's got really strong instincts, double doubles, pretty much everywhere he's been on the glass. And he averaged around 5 or 6 rebounds a game in IBL, but he didn't play 40 minutes a game or whatever there. You know what I mean? He's an elite shot blocker, 9 out of 10. He averaged 1.5 to 2 most everywhere he's ever been. So he's got high instincts and rim protection. That's 2 plays a game where you're literally game changing touchdown type plays. Blocks are like touchdowns. They totally change the momentum, right? And a lot of times they're a turnover for the defense, and you can get out in transition the whole 9. I mean, and he's the kind of guy, he throws them out. I'll got a little bit of video we'll play with. On the athleticism side, he's got a high motor, first of all. And I know a lot of times that's something you say when you're trying to qualify that he's not a good athlete. He actually is a good athlete. He runs the floor well. He's got really explosive finishes. And even though he's still building strength, he's strong for high school. And that's a 9. And then ball skills is an 8. He's got pretty good handles for his size. He's got a great face-up game, and he shows flashes as a passer. So I think he's going to be an adequate creator off the dribble. He's a guy that, if he continues to improve there, you're talking about a guy that could come off screens as a dribbler, as a big man. And that means you can do both with him. He can set and come off of screens. Literally invaluable. I've got him at a 43 out of 50. I think he's a high upside prospect with NBA traits. If he can add weight and polish that jump shot, I could push him up towards 46, 47. Like, he could become 5 stars. But I do think at the end of the day, he's one of those kind of guys that you look at for the Mountaineers and say, if we get that guy, that's an incredible start to next year, and truly, truly a big pickup for this Ross Hodge crew. We'll watch some tape on him next, so stick around here on Locked On West Virginia. We'll also talk a little football before we jump out of here. And, of course, this episode of Locked On West Virginia is going to be brought to you by our friends over at DoorDash. And when we're talking about DoorDash, we're talking about it for a reason, because it's almost the weekend. It's time to look back and lock down this week's MVP. Who delivered? Powered by DoorDash. Just like you can win every Saturday with DoorDash Streaks, saving more time every time you order. These players delivered when it mattered most. So let's break it down. So for West Virginia, obviously, I've done this a couple times this week. My player of choice has got to be Nico Marchiol. He delivered in a big way. Obviously, the big bomb to Cam Vaughn had a huge, huge impact on my psyche when thinking about him as a passer coming into this next game against Ohio. Hopefully we can see more of that. When the pressure was on, Nico came through. There was no hesitation, no delay. And if you've been watching, hopefully this continues week after week. And I don't think this performance is going to be a fluke. So Nico Marchiol is going on a streak. I'm calling it now. Let's go, baby. If a player is on a multi-week tear, tie that to the idea of a streak in DoorDash. Emphasize that you can definitely be a part of this, right? That's what we're trying to do here, is we want you to absolutely have DoorDash deliver your Saturdays. With DoorDash streaks, you can save every Saturday you order. So stack it up all season, and you can save up to $250, including 100 DoorDash credits. So order this Saturday and keep the streak alive. Fuel your game day, and do it only with DoorDash, where the terms apply. Promo code through 11/18. And, of course, our friends over at Upside are also going to be mentioned here. It's actually going to be Mazda. I keep putting those in the wrong spots. But Mazda crafts cars for those who can do more than simply move. They follow what moves them every time they drive. And that's what makes Mazda stand out. They go beyond safety, style, and performance to deliver an experience that is live in every detail, really. Mazda offers more than safety. It's won more awards than anyone else. The IHS top safety pick in 2025 as of August 2025. And just like an athlete focuses on every detail, Mazda does the same, from metallic accents to hand-stitched Napa leather. So if it's the small details that make the big plays, well, there's got to be more to every player than a Mazda vehicle the same way, right? So if you're going to be Mazda, move and be moved. It's segment 2. Let's crack open this guys, and jump straight into a little kiss. I always loved whenever Herbie did that. A little kiss whenever they would bank it in. If you're, college basketball announcer, Herbie. All right, so let's get back over to X here. Aliou Dioum, and I'll figure out exactly how to say his name um, moving forward. But let's just click on his profile here. Boom. Let's see. There we go. Now we're good. All right. So here's some pictures from one of his, his visit to West Virginia as well. That's obviously his uncle looking like a gangster there. Love the pants too. Heck yeah, man. That works. Look at Ross Hodge cranking his Hodge. That's all good. Love to see it. And this is my favorite picture. That's why I put it on the thumbnail. I love this picture, man. He even found a way to put the coonskin cap on sideways. That's just perfect, isn't it? If you see here, rim protectors you need to know in the 2026 cycle, you've got these 5 here. So obviously he's a part of that. Here's where he has West Virginia's top 6. Here he has the visits you see that are set up for him, and et cetera. Here you can see his wake visit. He doesn't look anywhere near as happy though. I mean, not as happy as he did here, right? I mean, look how much more he's looking happy here. I'm putting on for that one, Anna. So I think there's some tape on his page. Yeah. Let's check out a little bit of his highlights here, man. You'll see why I'm so high on the kid. There he is in a block, and there he is on a little alley-oop. As you can see, great footwork. Let's rewind that really quick. Now, dude tried to take the charge, right? Definitely not a charge. But either way, I mean, you see here, he's moving, he's cutting into the lane, he catches the ball. Watch that right pivot foot. He puts it down. This is what we call a drop step. That's a drop step. Almost a travel, honestly. But anyways, and just it's a great footwork though. I mean, you can see he's got the ability. As you can see here on this alley-oop, he's great rim running. He's 6'10". I mean, as you can see here he is in the open floor. Boom. Like to see that. Here he is in the open floor again. As you can see, he's got great handles. And here's another thing. Look at the fundamentals here, right? Like you can tell he's worked on this. So one of the things they tell you as a big guy, when you get the ball, I'm curious how many of you guys have ever played high school basketball or beyond. One of the main things they teach you if you play in the post, which I did, even though I'm not anywhere near his size, where I'm from, 6'2" is big, right? So they teach you never to bring the ball below your chin, right? Because people can swipe at it. Every time I see him get the ball in the post, it's just a small thing, but I think if you pay attention to it, he's got good fundamentals. You saw the drop step just a minute ago. He put the right foot in, he did the drop step, and he went up. So look here, right? He keeps the ball up here and dunks it. A lot of guys, some guys, and here's another thing they teach you not to do. Out of habit, sometimes a lot of guys will want to get a little quick dribble and then go up. But instead, which, I mean, he did kind of bring it down below the chin right there a little. But, I mean, it's not, for the most part, it's staying above the chin, right? It did come down for a second. And I guess if I was going to be really picky, I mean, right there, it could maybe not come down as far. Now, if there was somebody right there, they could swipe, right? And that's kind of why they don't want you to bring it down that low. But in real time, it's like you can't even see that, really. It's like, for the most part, he's keeping above there. So kind of defeated my teaching point a little bit, but I didn't see that at first. There's another terrific drop step. I mean, he's got some post game to him, right? Now, it seems like he's comfortable going over the left shoulder. I would love to see him go over that right shoulder some. I'm sure he can. But, I mean, as you can see here, he sets it up well. He plants that right foot. And then all it is you take that left foot and you just stick it behind the guy behind you, and then you just pivot, right? So that's all a drop step is. It's easy to talk about, not easy to practice when somebody's got their hip in your butt. So, but he does well with it. He's pretty good on the drop step. So and even there was somebody right in his face too as he tried to finish that. So these are all good things that you like to see. Obviously, with some now, here's what he's great at: flying towards the rim on some of these, and all that. But I mean, like here, this is another example of why I think he's can be dangerous because if you look, I mean, he's at 3 right here. They're closing out on him because he can make that shot, and he's got the handles to put it on the deck and get to the rim. Only one dribble it took him to do that. It's pretty impressive. Here you see he's got some instincts under the rim as well. Just a little pump fake. Boom, get you up there and score. So he's got some IQ to his game. I think there's a lot of upside here. You talk about a guy like this who's got that level of athleticism. He's got handles. He can go left. He can go right. He can finish. I mean, the only thing we haven't seen him do is shoot it in this one, and he can do that. Now that might have been a walk. Let me see again. 1, 2, 3. Good Lord. He got away with it, didn't he? A lot of times when you're taking those big, long strides, which I mean, you get a gather step. So I know like that's one of the arguments that people use. It's just there's the gather step. 1, 2. Yeah, I guess it's fine. It's just in real time, it's kind of hard, right? Because the gather step, it's like, what is that exactly? But yeah, it's crazy. Either way, though, I mean, he's a deer, isn't he? I mean, he runs like a literal deer. He's got those big, long strides that you see. I was hoping to see some of his jump shots here. I know he's got them. I know he's got some jump shots, but I mean, as you can see more of him getting to the rack and all this, there's some more handles. There's the jump shot. Finally, we see a little jump shot on him, but let's break down that form a little bit, even though it's not really a long shot. But so as you can see, I mean, that's how you want to draw it up, right? I mean, the elbow's not sticking out too much at all. It's almost all the way in. You got the left hand on the left side of the ball. You got the right hand underneath the ball. And then let's look at the release. You really don't get to see it too well, but you can see it's coming off those 2 fingers by the way he's releasing it. So I would say pretty good release. It's hard to tell, really. It's a little jerky at the end, but I mean, it's in slow motion. But I would say overall for a big guy with big hands, I'm sure he's got huge hands. It's one of the reasons Shaq had such a hard time shooting the ball because you've got such big hands. It's not like how it would feel for other people. He's got a great feel under the rim. I'll tell you, look at this play here. He takes a little dribble, then he takes the slide step. Those are all instinctual things that you can't teach. I know it looks simple, but to me, I look for that kind of stuff. There's a behind the back pass and catch. There's a great shot from him. Perfect example of why you can see how he's got the upside. This is a step back jumper from a 6'10", 6'11" big man. Step back. Unfortunately, the camera guy doesn't do a great job of getting the shot off. But I mean, you got 2 guys, but I mean, he's such a big guy here, So that's a great looking shot. And only we can probably break it down here as well. It's hard to tell, if there's any room underneath there because the way you're taught is, obviously I don't have my basketball in here with me, but you want the ball to rest on the upper half of the hand. Now he's got big hands, but you want there to be some space here so that when you release the ball, it's coming off either the first 2 or 3 fingers, rather than palming it, right? And just kind of, and there's no spin to it. So I'd be curious to know. I'm so fascinated with jump shots. Be curious to know what his looks like. Let's see if we can slow it down and see. It's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell how much room is under there. It almost looks like he's palming it a little bit, but to be fair, for 3 throws, it's a little different. So it doesn't have to be as perfect on the free throws, but Yeah, I would like to see. He's obviously got great form, and they can fix anything. And if you're making them, you're making them. Mostly, you can tell from the rotation on the shot what that's looking like, anyways. Sheesh! What a dunk! This does not get you excited here. I mean, can you imagine this dude with about 30 more pounds on him? You're talking about a serious problem for people in the Big 12. This is, he's a little bit of a project. I think he's ready to play some in his first year. I mean, here you go. Here's a jump shot from him. Pretty shot. I think he's good. I mean, if you look at the ball, it looks like there's some rotation on it. It's not just knuckleball. Well, one way to tell if somebody is palming it when they shoot it is the rotation on the ball won't be. It'll either be sideways, kind of like this, or like this. Whenever somebody's shooting it like it should, it's pretty well like this, right? For those of you listening on podcast, I'm trying to say the ball, think of a bowling ball. When you roll it, it's usually end over end rather than tilted left or tilted right. Same thing with the basketball. You don't want it to look like a knuckleball. On the road. Great move. See what I'm seeing, y'all. Like, this is really pretty high level stuff for a big guy. If this is a guard, then yeah, it's a move. But when you're talking about a guy that's supposed to play center, he posts up at the mid-range level spot, like Kobe or Kevin Durant, right? And then he gets in the triple threat position, and he uses the triple threat with a jab step to pump fake, and a great pump fake, by the way. Great pump fake to get the guy off his spot and to go around him. Just an incredible job. On the road. And finishes at the rim and one. So, and he did get fouled too, right there. So, yeah, I mean, this is a guy that you look at and say, okay, man, I could definitely see this guy in Morgantown playing for our coach, Ross Hodge. Hopefully that happens. I really do hope that happens. Time will tell. Time will tell. I do think that West Virginia has a great shot here. He sent me that stuff last night, wanted me to get it out on Instagram, wanted me to get it out on X and everything. So certainly I think there's something to it. So let's just continue on to hope that we get this guy. But I did want to give you guys an update. I figured since it's football that today and haven't talked basketball in a while, we do something on it just to kind of keep it fresh a little bit. Hopefully this continues to be a thing to watch. So let's go to break again, guys. We'll come back. We'll talk about Ohio here. What are some last-minute thoughts I have on the game? We'll talk about that next. And, of course, this episode of Locked On West Virginia is going to be brought to you by Upside, guys. We're talking about Upside because we want to know, are you still paying full price for gas? Locked On West Virginia fans, stop leaving money behind and get real cash every time you fill up with the free Upside app. Simply download the free Upside app in the App Store or on Google Play right now and start earning cash at the pump today. If you use my limited time promo code football and use extra 25 cents back per gallon on your first fill up, you can make up to $300 a year from your gas you're buying you already need anyways. So, at first I thought it was too good to be true, just like anybody else, but it's actually legit. Real people getting paid real money just to make their daily commutes, and so can you. Plus, you can cash out anytime to your bank account, PayPal, or your gift card, even for Amazon and other brands. So don't let this offer drive by. Download the free Upside app today and now use my limited time promo code football for a limited time 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's promo code football. And listen, these offers do vary by user and location. Best thing is to go to upside.com for terms and conditions. And of course, our friends over at FanDuel want to say hi as well today, guys, as we talk about FanDuel and the NFL season being here, almost here, and it actually is here now. FanDuel is making sure you're ready for kickoff with a can't-miss offer. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. It's pretty damn good. It makes every game more exciting, whether you're watching your team or just keeping an eye on your fantasy lineup. It's quick, easy, and definitely the best way to add a little more energy to Saturdays. So, are you ready to play? Download the FanDuel app now by giving and visiting FanDuel.com to get started. That's FanDuel.com to place your first $5 bet. All right, guys. Appreciate you so much for being here again on a Saturday when football is finally back. We're on week 2. I mean, it can't be any better of a time to be alive right now, baby. We got football. What else do we need? And talking about football, West Virginia makes the trek to Athens today. West Virginia Mountaineers are in Athens. We're hearing there's a takeover in Athens. Couple of things I want to see today from the Mountaineers. I want to see a fast start. I want to see a hit hard. I want to see shut down on defense. I really do. I think our offense is going to come along no matter what. I don't want any early season lapses from our defense. I want full confidence going into Big 12 play. So I would love to shut down a pretty good Ohio offense today in Parker, Navarro, and company. They've got a couple good receivers. They got a good running back. They got a mostly all new offensive line and a mostly new all defensive line, just like us on offensive line. So, control the line of scrimmage today and you'll be fine. Don't turn the ball over. Control the line of scrimmage and you'll be fine today. You've got more skill talent, and hopefully you better have better line talent, or we need to get new line coaches. You can't be missing evaluations on guys like that. So hopefully last week was more missed assignments than anything, although I did see our guys pushed back into the backfield on a few occasions, like I told you, from Robert Morris. So today will be another test, another step up to see whether that was a fluke or not. Somebody to keep an eye on. Somebody to keep an eye on for Ohio is Jay Crable. Keep an eye on the defensive end from Ohio. He plays the right defensive end spot. He's got kind of a ponytail afro that kind of hangs out the back of his helmet. He absolutely put it to the Rutgers left tackle the other day. So I think, Nick Cray, who played a pretty good game the other day, has a big assignment today on him. Keep an eye on that matchup. Obviously, Chase Hendrickson, where he lines up, who gets him? They're probably going to try to move him around, get him on a linebacker here and there. We don't have a linebacker that can guard Chase Hendrickson. So let's see where they move him up. Obviously, Bangura, C.O. Bangura, who's the Minnesota transfer, who was he pulled in Emmett Matthews. He went from Ohio to Minnesota, from Minnesota back to Ohio. He's a good player. He had a big rushing touchdown in the game versus Rutgers. I think he's a guy to watch. Obviously, Tank in the back end of their defensive safety is an excellent player as well. I think it's Jackson, or I can't remember his last name. His first name's Tank, though. So, check him out as well. But overall, I think this is a game that Jaheim White should have a big game. I think he should break off some big runs today. Looking forward to seeing running back 2. Want to see Miko continue to, I would love to see Nico stand in the pocket and make a couple reads, but last week it was kind of one read and go. I would like to see that extend at least 2 reads. So hopefully he can continue to develop as a passer, guys. But I do have the West Virginia Mountaineers win today, as you know. It's going to be exciting. Hopefully we can get this thing over with and done so we can start speculating about the brawl and game day. But we got to take care of today first. And hopefully they're not in that look ahead spot, trap spot, whatever you want to call it. I don't think Rich Rod's going to allow that. And we'll make sure we check that out as we go throughout the game and see what's going on there. But other than that, guys, I can't thank you enough for being here. I will talk to you after the game and a post game. So make sure you check us back out here on Locked On West Virginia right after the game's over. I'll be going live a few minutes before the game's over, likely, unless it's close. And we'll see you then. Have a great rest of your day. Don't forget about Fire College Football TV, guys. Fire TV College Football, as another big moment for Locked On has happened. Locked On and Fire TV present College Football Kickoff, your ultimate guide in college football weekly preview. Drake Toll of Locked On Big 12 leads the conversation along two-time AP Coach of the Year Gary Patterson, former college star Jesse Holley, and Locked On's local experts. A college football preview only Locked On can do. Catch college football kickoff every Thursday throughout the season, and you can do that only on Fire TV. Good night, guys. See you later.